So the question is, who should Peter's new love interest be in Spider-Man Brand New Day? And I think I have the perfect answer to this question. Spider-Man may just have the best rogues gallery when it comes to absolutely fine women, and yet in his 11 on-screen outings, we've only ever seen 2 serious love interests. With one of them being absolutely insufferable for 3 movies straight, cheating at least once per movie at least. We've already seen Mary Jane in 6 movies be the main love interest, granted inaccurately basically every single time, but it already feels played out and oversaturated. And we already got such a great Gwen Stacy with a pretty perfectly completed Gwen Stacy arc that it doesn't make sense to do her again either. Through the plethora of potential love interests, however, I think what matters most is finding one that fits well into the story they're trying to tell. From what we know about Spider-Man Brand New Day so far, Peter Parker's life is pretty much non-existent and his time and energy is primarily being allocated into being Spider-Man. It also sounds like this movie is going to be tackling a ton of different mental health issues, particularly loneliness, thematically mirroring his transformation into Man-Spider. Peter is broke, dealing with loneliness along with other mental health issues, and Spider-Man 90% of the time. I think this offers up 2 pretty perfect love interests for this time in his life. Most obvious out of the 2 being Black Cat, and I genuinely think somebody deserves jail time for the fact that Spider-Man has seen 11 on-screen appearances and we have yet to see a Black Cat portrayal. Felicia Hardy being such a morally ambiguous person, typically the antithesis of Spider-Man in any portrayal, makes for such a provocative dynamic when dealing with the darker elements of Spider-Man's character. Plus, she's by far the hottest Spider-Man love interest, and it would just be so dope to see Peter catch some fresh new tail in this movie, especially since we know that Zendaya's MJ will have a new boyfriend in this movie. That's why I think Felicia Hardy is 100% the best choice, but if they didn't want to go this route, I think my next option is definitely a close second. And though definitely short-lasted, my personal favorite Spider-Man love interest in the comic. That's no other than X-Men member Kitty Pryde. In the Ultimate Spider-Man comic books, Peter and Kitty end up dating pretty shortly after Peter and MJ first break up. Breakup pretty much reduced to the fact that Peter began to feel like he could not keep MJ safe. It was causing him far too much mental stress and getting in the way of him being Spider-Man. Something again we know for sure is going to be a theme carrying over into this movie. Kitty being a superpowered mutant herself, he was able to let his guard down and relate to her on a deeper level without having to worry about Green Goblin coming around to give her the Pumpkin Bomb RKO splat. Also know that this movie will serve as one of our very first introductions to mutants in the MCU, making it a pretty perfect opportunity to introduce a character like this. This relationship works so well while it lasts in the comics because they both spend so much time as their superpowered counterparts that they begin to feel disconnected by society around them and they relate to each other on that. Which, as we know, is another heavily focused on theme in Spider-Man Brand New Day. For those reasons, my answer is definitely either Black Cat or Kitty Pryde.